who's going to speak is Alex Leff from Hampshire College. I got that right? Here you go, Alex Leff.
When I'm older, I'm going to look back at the KXL as my coming-of-age struggle. This is my first fight. Obviously still involved in it, but there's many others that have developed afterwards. I first got involved in the KXL battle before I knew about 350.org or Bill McKibben or really anything about the climate movement. And so years ago I found out about it in high school, and I thought sounds like a terrible idea. And it didn't really occur to me that people could do something about it, could stop it, until I heard of the tar sands action. So 2 years ago, after I graduated high school, I convinced my mom to go with me, and we were arrested outside of the White House. And it was on the last day of the 2-week sustained civil disobedience, protesting the Keystone XL Pipeline. It was an incredibly powerful day. And over the 2 weeks, 1,253 of us were arrested in total. And so that's really what started me. And now I'm a film student at Hampshire College, and I recently released my latest film, Students in Goliath, How the Youth Took on the Fossil Fuel Industry. And it's the story of a generation waking up, becoming empowered, and taking the climate crisis into their own hands. And it was a pretty incredible experience to make the film because I got to meet so many inspirational students that were taking action on the campus. Daphne from Mount Holyoke is one of them, an amazing leader on our campus. And you know, as the more I talked to these students and got to know them, I realized we were all coming from the same kind of place. And we're coming from a place of like deep fear and despair. It's pretty terrifying to grow up in a world that's dying just as you get to know it. That's the story of my generation. And so we're using divestment, which the film is largely centered around the 5 college divestment campaigns. We're using divestment as a way to build a community of empowerment. So we're essentially making our own hope instead of waiting for others to make it for us. So yeah, I'm going to check my notes. Oh yeah, okay. So from being arrested outside the White House to being part of the divestment campaign, I've come to really learn something that's truly amazing, and I hope to keep with me for the rest of my life. And that while the climate crisis is terrifying, I'm part of that story. And that history is not some abstract thing in the past, but is constantly unfolding and being told. And I think that's the fundamental difference between people who consider themselves activists and people who don't. It's whether or not you have learned that you are a part of human history. And that's what empowerment is. And once you've truly learned that, once you've internalized that, there's no turning back. I mean, I guess you could hide away from it, but you know, why would you? This is too exciting, too terrifying, too thrilling to not be a part of this story. And so we all know this, that's why we're here, that history is not just written by corporations and governments, but it's written by us. Thank you.